What's up, everyone? Welcome to the cracka crumbs update. It's actually really early in the morning on Sunday. Like I was saying, I'm trying to switch my schedule around, which is just killing me. I've been doing some packing on my cave, filming some of that, so that should be coming around. Um, Also working on the best of my DC collection because people have been asking about that, which there really isn't that much, so not too great of a thing to look forward to. Um, I wanted to, on this obviously update, I wanted to thank, I got a lot of new subscribers. I'm up to 35 now. Very cool. Show you some comic books I got yesterday. And my fiance, she did a comic book bagging. She did a great job. And this is what she bagged. So she did a pretty good job. Double taped. Not really a huge fan of the double tape, but because I used to be and still are some cheap, so I usually just use the one. And this is hers that she did. And me being crazy, I had to went out bought another one. Did this one myself, so I have the single tape where she has the double tape. The reason I bought another one is because this one I got my fingerprint on, which that aggravates me to no end. And it just pissed me off that, I mean, granted, the paper is supposed to be better or whatever it is, but you grab an 80s book or a 70s book, whatever, you didn't leave fingerprints on your stuff for some reason. But the newer books, it's a pain. Not always, but most of the time I'll freaking have a fingerprint on there. And I'm like, ugh. But anyway, let me go on to, damn, almost lost my train of thought then. Thank God I got a list again. Yay. Before I go on to thanking my new subscribers, let me show you how my fiance did her bagging. So enjoy this, and I'll see you right after. Whatever. Bag my comic. You can do it. I have faith. You have followed my directions correctly. Careful now. It's delicate. Oh, she's going for 2 tapes. Let's see. Good job. Good job, dear. Good job. Yep, she did a pretty good job. Uh, she was watching TV while she was doing some multitasking. Saturday Night Live. But on the video, she was saying, "Don't, whatever you do, don't film me. I don't want to be on TV." And I'm like, it's not TV. Well, I guess technically it would be. So that was kind of the deal. I had to film. We're just filming, bagging the comic. A couple of things actually before I'm gonna thank my new subscribers in a moment. King Joe actually got me on this because I was I got a little ahead of myself, and I like to be accurate on my show as much as possible, even though I look like hell early in the morning. But so King Joe was 100% right with this. Incredible Hulk 181, which me being overzealous, I guess, for getting it, isn't Wolverine's first appearance. It's his full storyline and origin. His first appearance is 180. So King Joe, you're the man. You know your stuff, and you were right. And I jumped the gun on that one. I did. I was like, oh, got it. But this is it's funny because this is the one that everyone sought after instead of 180, which now I'm actually going after. I'm going after 180. So thanks for reminding me. Appreciate it. Moving on. Put this down. I want to thank my new subscribers. I have. I hope I get the names right. If I didn't, I'm trying here. It's early in the morning. Legendary Collectiful. That's got to be it. Cool. I haven't had a chance to watch your stuff yet, so I'm looking forward to it. That's the great thing about new subscribers is that it gives me even more videos to look at, which is fun. The Kev Bomb. Hope I got that right. Thanks for subscribing. Legendary Collectible. Thanks for subscribing. Team McFarlane fan. Thanks for subscribing. I actually got a chance to watch one of yours, your first video, where you were saying I think it was like 317 Amazing Spider-Man you got CGC'd. Very cool, and you're looking for the McFarlane run. I share your pain, my friend. I share it. I actually, this year, I was able to complete my McFarlane run, which was pretty damn cool. Sitting there, I was looking at my collection. I'm like, oh, I only got, number 299, and I only have, I think it was like 317 or something like that. And I'm like, oh man, this is, pitiful. And I had like the, what was it, the Chrome edition of 300, so I didn't have the real 300. And I'm like, I want to get 300. So thanks to my fiance and a couple conventions, I was able to complete my entire Amazing Spider-Man McFarlane run, as well as my Spider-Man McFarlane run. And well, I've had the Incredible Hulk 340 for a while, so pretty much got all his stuff. So again, thanks for subscribing. Cool video. And it's just Hazard. I haven't had a chance to get to your stuff yet, but thanks for subscribing. Appreciate it. And one other thing, I just people have been talking about this guy for a while, and I just thought his stuff was awesome. So I subscribed, which is Howler Mouse. I was watching his video on about a troll. It's pretty good with the drawings and everything. Very, very funny. Very cool. And Captain Strangelove, I was watching his video response to Abstract 1 with the Amazing Spider-Man number 14. Just awesome. Absolutely awesome. Spidey, like I said, I did a video response. He's my favorite character, as well as the Green Goblin's my favorite villain. So, very, very cool. So, I'm going to move on to some of the new comics I got, which I was a little behind on certain things. So, I was like, oh, you just got that? No. But, and I'm going to do a quick review on two of them. Actually, three of them. But anyway, I'll show you the new ones. I got the Avengers Verse, which is Black Panther. What's number 5? Which is Black Panther vs. Storm and Hawkeye vs. Angel or Archangel. Very cool. And yes, I got a chance to bag and board. I was very busy yesterday. Very productive. But this is a really good issue. I'm gonna, like I said, I don't really use these. I'm gonna start using my spoiler cards. But there you go. People, you don't want to know what's in these books, you might want to skip ahead until you see this card again. This was some vicious fights, man. The Hawkeye vs. Archangel one was pretty damn vicious, and yeah, man, they weren't playing around in this one. So not really much of a spoiler, I guess. But if you want, I'll tell you who won. Hawkeye beat Archangel, which I was like, all right, what can you do? Because I'm an Archangel fan. And Storm and Black Panther ended in a tie, I guess. But I really like these verse issues. They're pretty cool. I don't have them all. I think I only have like I think maybe like 3 out of the 6. But I'm gonna have to go looking for these because they were cool. Picked this up at my comic book store. It's Captain America number 337. Love the cover, and this is actually the first appearance of the black suit. Everyone's like, oh, it's U.S. Agent. No, see, that's where people get mistaken too. Captain America in the earlier issues was driven out of being Captain America, I guess would be the correct thing, and he wasn't allowed to wear his traditional, obviously, blue and red, white, and blue costume. So he kind of discarded it, but was still Captain America without being Captain America. And Demolition Man, or who they call D-Man, who looks like a Daredevil version of Wolverine, which most people couldn't stand. I thought he was cool looking. Basically, they track Captain America down. He's like, everyone, we need you and stuff like that. And he's like, well, I can't use my colors, so he comes up with this color, which is the black, red and white, which later becomes the U.S. Agent. And I just thought it was an awesome costume. Basically, what happened is the U.S. Agent takes over Captain America's costume and becomes a new Captain America, but he's extremely violent, and he's all sorts of stuff. So they eventually kick him out, and they want Captain America back. So Captain America takes his costume back and becomes Captain America again. So the U.S. Agent turns around and goes, you know what? I'm going to take your black costume and become the U.S. Agent. So it's like a switch. But this is the first appearance of the black costume, which was cool. And it was actually a good book. Very cool. Moving on. I picked up Superman Annual number 1. And, I might as well just give you the reviews as I go along. But, this sucked. this sucked a lot. It was definitely not worth the $4.99. I was not a fan. Like I said, I do like Superman, but I wasn't a fan of the art on this, and I wasn't a fan of the story. So me, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I picked it up because it was the first annual, which again, I'm a slave to some of those things. Sometimes I get to pick up the number ones just for the fact to have it in the collection. But I didn't like this one at all. I didn't get to the Batman annual one yet. I do have it. I just haven't had a chance to read it, but I didn't like this one. Moving on to well, that was the last of my new books, but I want to do a review on Green Arrow number 0 because it's the latest Zero that I read, and I like this one a lot. So far, the Zeros have been pretty good, other than the Superman ones. The Action Comics one, actually, I just didn't like, so that's the only Zero out of all the ones I have so far that I've gotten that I didn't like. But this was cool. Spoiler card up there. This is basically, it goes on to before Green Arrow gets deserted on the island, and stuff like that. And he's basically on an oil rig that his parents own. And he's trying to mess it up because he hates his father and stuff like that. So he has, he's throwing a party and he's got helicopters dropping beer off and, alcohol and all sorts of stuff. And his girlfriend or whatever is, saying, this is ridiculous. You're doing this out of spite and all these things or whatever. And then all of a sudden, this guy drops off Iron Eagle, I think it was called, and starts making a mess, obviously. And Green Arrow grabs one of his crew members and said, what the hell? This is supposed to be a secure area. What are you guys doing? And the crew member says, it's your fault. If we weren't bringing in all these helicopters, we wouldn't have put the defenses down, and this guy wouldn't have rode in on it. But anyway, Green Arrow, he's apparently knows how to shoot his arrow already, which was crazy because in the original Green Arrow, he didn't learn how to use a bow and arrow until he was on the island. So, but anyway, basically, it's like Green Arrow takes up his bow and arrow and says, I'm going to stop these guys. And the villain, Iron Eagle, he basically grabs Green Arrow's girlfriend, wraps up with all these explosives and other people, and puts them in front of the middle of the this oil, barge or whatever it is, the I forget what they're called. The oil, not a tanker, but the the oil refinery bases that are in the water. You know what I mean? But anyway, and then he makes wraps explosive all around the oil thing, and Green Arrow, which is cool. I said it's interesting, is he tries to shoot the detonator out of the guy's hand, which he does. He gets the thing, but the guy already had it open. So when the guy drops it, because he was saying, Green Arrow's like, if I hit him from here on this angle, the detonator will go in the water and everybody will be alright. What he didn't realize is the detonator, as it goes over, it would have hit the water. It hit a piece of metal and clicked the button. So his girlfriend, everybody explodes. He gets thrown flying off the refinery. There we go, off of the barge or whatever, the platform. And his friend, best friend, gets thrown over too. He's burnt to a crisp. And Green Arrow, obviously, he washes up on the shore of the island. Very, very cool. And then they have the later story in there, where he obviously comes back from a year or something like that on the island, and they show a guy in jail, and it turns out to be Roy Harper, which Speedy, and he springs him and hires him and says this is what I'm gonna do and so on and so forth. But it was cool. It's a very, very cool book. Now, which brings me, spoiler, it's all over, so move around. Which brings me to something that I find very interesting, and that's at the end of the Zeros, which I could probably show you. Yeah, might as well. It's just kind of, it's not pissing me off. I just think it's just odd, I guess, how they're doing it. But if you look at the end, when you get to the end, there we go. If you look at the last page of the Zeros, it gives you who's in the New 52, the making of the history of, blah, blah, blah. And it says Green Arrow, and his first appearance. Now, let's see if I can get this. Gotta get used to these things. If you can, yeah, there we go. No, alright, there we go. One day I'll figure this out. It says his first appearance, Green Arrow number 1, 2011. Now, why does that bother me? I don't know really, but I think what it is is I'm going to use this one, and obviously I'll use Superman as an example. Same thing with the Superman Action Comics in the back. It says Superman's first appearance is Action Comics #1, 2011. I believe that Superman's first appearance was Action Comics, but it was also in the 30s, not 2011. So that's what's getting me, is that they're putting on the back that they're basically rewriting their history, is that Green Arrow, Superman, all the zeros, say the #1s, their first appearance is Green Arrow #1, 2011, rather than, 60s, 30s, stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know why that aggravates me, but I don't even know if that aggravates anybody else, but that just kind of gets me, because it's almost like you're kind of pissing on the history of all the comics that came way before this one. And it's like, here's our new one. And, this is it. We don't care about the rest of the stuff anymore. I don't know. It just gets me. I believe that was it. Yeah, that's pretty much all I had. But, I really want to thank all my new subscribers. Like I said, I see a little out of it because I'm just exhausted. I'm not used to the mornings. The good news is, at least I'm up in the morning. I can do what I used to do as a little kid, and that is grab a bowl of cereal and get ready to watch some cartoons. Because nowadays, all the cool cartoons are on Sundays. But anyway, I really do. I appreciate all my new subscribers. It means a lot. And of course, all my current subscribers, thanks for watching my videos and putting up with my craziness. Appreciate it. I will do what Mongo Style Time 07 did, and put the subscribers as links. I just gotta figure out how to do that. I mean, it sounds the easiest thing in the world. I'm just like, duh. But, anyway, if you like what you see, hit the little like button. If you really like what you see, you're someone new and it's the first time watching this stuff, hit the subscribe button. Check out my other videos. You won't be disappointed. A lot of cool stuff. Like I said, there are a lot of videos I'm working on right now, and that's the other good thing about being up in the morning. I guess I can do a lot more stuff, which I still kind of did even late at night, so I guess it doesn't really equal out. Anyway, hope you enjoyed my fiance's first real bagging of a comic. To her defense, she's like, oh, when we go to conventions, I bag your stuff all the time. And I'm like, yeah, so, but I guess maybe it'd be the technical version of that's the first time she bagged anything on film or video, whichever you want to call it. But it's actually the first complete time she bagged a comic. There we go, because she never put the board in here. Anyway, I am waiting still on eBay stuff, which I won a couple of new auctions, so there'll be some cool things coming around, which I probably should get my first package on Monday, because I looked at the tracking thing, and it's pretty much at the post office, but obviously mail doesn't come around on Sundays. So Monday, so hopefully tomorrow you'll see another video, unless something really cool happens and I make another update. Who knows? Anyway, it's a long ass video. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see everybody later in the next episode or update, whichever. Yeah, whichever. Anyway, later.